All right, so today's video, we're going to be watching a silver tank who's going to be, it says here, the hero's Diva. I think starts off on Zarya, but ends up on Diva. Now, the reason why we're watching this one is because it's a silver player who was put into a gold lobby. Now, obviously, this can mean multiple things. Obviously, getting closer to climbing to gold. But I'm sure that happens sometimes in Overwatch in general, where you're getting closer to that rank up, or it was a queue time, and you just got into a lobby that's a little bit higher rank. So, we'll see what happens here. Description. So I've been trying to climb back into gold on my account after falling out of it from bad games. It happens, whatever. When all of a sudden the next game, it puts me into a gold 1 lobby, which had significantly higher level players than me in it for some reason. Every player of their team but their tank, who was gold 4, was plat 3, the highest ranked player in the lobby being a diamond 4 Hanzo. Keep in mind, I'm silver 1. So I was very out of place and the game was hectic. It was clear both tanks was out of their depth. I didn't fully realize the skill level of the lobby until he headshot me as I was demeched, where I checked everyone's profile and changed my playstyle. It was a weird game. So, we'll see what happens. Obviously, this is one of those interesting games where they got into a lobby. Now, this, like I said, there's also a hidden MMR, so this could mean that you're kind of in gold also. And you just had like a bad streak of games, and you're eventually get back into gold, but we'll see. Why not? Here we go. Obviously, starting off as Zarya, but eventually switching to Diva is what it seems like. Here we go. I'm okay with your positioning for now. I think it's okay to play here if you want to as a team. Just play to back up soon. Okay, good job. Okay, now you have no bubbles, so back up. Just behind like a wall. You don't have to back up too much. It's just like you need to play cover. Okay, your bubbles are about to be popped, so don't play too far up. Because if you do... Uh-oh. Yep. I talk about this all the time with Zarya, and it's always an interesting discussion where, like, sometimes people are like, you know, why even charge a Zarya? Like, because if a Zarya's out of position, and your team has any follow-up, you can kill the Zarya. If you just run at them and you use your bubbles like that, that is what's going to happen. Now, this is, I imagine, where you switch to Diva, which isn't a bad swap against their comp. You actually could have also gone Winston if you want to. Actually, Winston, and chat will probably be like, wait, you're saying Winston here? I would go Diva too, but Winston's also a really good pick. I like Winston against their Genji Hanzo comp. I think it's a very good comp. You can follow up when, like, Kiriko uses Suzu. But Diva's also a good pick here, in my opinion. But Winston's also really good. Be careful of your team. You went way too far ahead of your team. Now, I have a tendency to do that sometimes, too, where you, like... But, like, you're going to the point to try to delay the point, but I also want you to see where your teammates are at. Where in the world? Yeah, so that was one of those situations where you got, like, extremely indecisive about where you wanted to go. So you, like, wanted to go back to the point. You didn't get healed the whole time, but yeah, it's because your teammates weren't there. Your Reaper went to the point, but it really wasn't the play for your Reaper to go to point, because at that point, your teammates got staggered and died and didn't die in cart. And then that's what happened. So, and that's a situation where it's like, either or play is fine, just be decisive about it. Just be decisive. If you get demeched immediately, you get demeched immediately. Maybe that takes away a little bit of, like, pressure off of your Reaper on the point, and maybe something happens, but going for the Winston is a good play here. It's fine. I'm not worried about that. This play, I'm a little bit more... yeah. So, don't use your flight to go into them aggressively and then not back up immediately. Yeah, I can see... this might actually get somebody. I mean, you would have gotten the Hanzo. What in the world? I love that Ayari right there. That Ayari was like tunnel visioned on somebody, and they were going for him. They didn't care about anybody else. They flew in a straight line to him, like, I'm getting him here. I'm okay with this so far. I do think you should try to break the bubble a little bit sooner beforehand. There's this thing, and I'll talk about it very quickly. First of all, not bad so far. Keep in mind... Ooh, good ult. I was concerned about that for a second. I do want to talk about this very quickly, and this happens a lot. Going for the Winston's HP there is fine, but I find that a lot of players won't kill a Winston bubble. They'll go through it. And I'll talk about this for a second. Sometimes it's an okay play, but keep in mind that your teammates need to be able to give you value, and if there's a Winston bubble in the way, you will not get healed. There will not be damage output on the hero you're chasing. So that's why a lot of the time you see me focus a Winston bubble, because the Winston bubble is not just about, oh, it's an inconvenience for me doing damage to this Winston, I'm going to keep pushing through it. It's also an inconvenience to the rest of your team. So when you all team kill a bubble, the bubble falls over. But getting people to team kill a bubble is like really hard. So I try to focus the bubble as much as I can, call for the bubble to be destroyed, because that enables your teammates to then make plays. If you try to fly through a bubble, I'll find that the bubble will just stay there the whole time. So remember that. The bubble, yes, is an inconvenience to you, and you can use mobility to get through it, but the bubble also hacks up the rest of your team, too. So killing the bubble's good, especially when, like, if Winston keeps getting out and surviving, believe it or not, that bubble could get you the elim, getting rid of the bubble, because then your teammates have the ability to follow up, or you can be healed and play more aggressive. Doesn't mean if the Winston's at 1 HP, you don't chase the Winston. It's just, like, leaving the bubble there is a lot of the time it becomes a situation where someone's like, the bubble's fine. Like, I don't have to worry about that because I'm already going through it, but, like, your supports can't heal you through the bubble. Your teammates can't DPS through the bubble. You're like, yeah, I'm out of the bubble, but the bubble's still there, right? And then you don't get healed, and you're like, where are my heals at? And it's like, that's the equivalent of you running behind a Rhine shield, getting rolled behind a Rhine, holding their shield, and being like, where's my heals? You know what I mean? It's the same thing. A little bit too aggro here, but I'm okay with you taking the high ground. Good job getting out. That wouldn't have mattered if you got a point anyway there. Okay, so you're doing something right now that I think will already improve your D.Va gameplay. This is your current, and keep in mind, you did say you adjusted your play style, but this is your current D.Va gameplay. You ready? All right, doesn't matter what your HP is, and I see who I want to get. I want to get that Kiriko. We're going in. All right, I see the Hanzo. I'm going in on the Hanzo. You don't care about your HP. You don't care about your cooldowns. You don't care how far away they are. You just go in. Picking your timings as D.Va is a really important part about getting better at D.Va. If you just see somebody and go in, like, let's see if you do it again. All right, you're on the ball. Wrecking ball is now who you're going for. Good play. I don't mind it. Okay, now let's see what happens. Oh, yep, you're in on the Kiriko. Doesn't matter. You're on the Kiriko. Cooldowns don't matter. Got the Kiriko. That's fine. But do you see what I'm talking about? How you see somebody and you just fly at them? What happens if you fly at them and you don't get in the limb? You get demeched. You don't have an escape. If you pick your timings correctly. Now, someone goes, well, someone will go, how do you pick your timings? That's the thing about Overwatch. It takes time to figure out those timings. Like, even now in top 500, like, I'll still try to figure out timings because sometimes a play that looks really good may not be the exact play. Oh, here we go. Yep, Sojourn. Gotta get the Sojourn now, right? Oh, well, now you're out of position. You're in your back line. Okay, now you're on the ball. You can't, behind you, you're not DMing anybody. Just going for the ball. All right, who's next? Uh-oh. Oh, it's the Sojourn. Oh, no, it's the Hanzo. So, I like that you're taking space. I just think you need to get better at your timings. And then hit your remote button. Just for absolutely no reason. So what happened here? So we're going to talk about what just happened. You tunnel visioned on somebody on the cart. You got stuck in between the cart and something else. What's happened now? You're not killing the person in front of you. You're not peeling for your teammates. So what are you doing? You're just in the middle, pretty much doing nothing. And I talk about this as D.Va, and it happens all the time. Like I said, I play a lot of D.Va. I do this too. If you keep trying to tunnel vision somebody, you can get in these situations where you're just stuck in the middle doing nothing rather than something. And that's what's been happening. I don't mind you using your ult. but why fly into their team and then use your ult? The best play you can do there is disengage for a second to give your teammates time to respawn. And yeah, you want to lead in with your ultimate? Lean in with your ultimate. Why not? Like, flying into them and then ulting is not going to be the play, because that's how easy it is to follow up on you. So you have to really focus on that type of, like, decision-making in-game. Right now, like, I already can tell a lot of that is what will be the problem if you keep tunnel vision in somebody. Choose your timings. You're not even looking to peel for your team either. For anybody wondering, like, what peel is, that's basically just using defense matrix on your supports, using defense matrix on your Bastion and turret form. That's peeling. You're keeping your teammates alive. You're helping them against other players. Right now, you're not even doing that. Like, you're not even going like, hey, I need to go and keep my Bastion up during a turret form. You're going, hey, I need to, you know, shoot at this healing pylon in front of me, or I need to kill this Yari halfway across the map. Do you see what's happening? So, for example, you just had a Bastion right next to you right there in turret form. Your decision making was to just try to do damage to the team, worrying about what your HP was, while you had a Bastion in turret form in Kitsune. Now, the argument can be made that, yeah, you get a lot of value. Well, that's tough. You get a lot of value from Kitsune Rush with D.Va, yeah, but I would say Bastion even more so. And honestly, if your Bastion's able to make them use their cooldowns and have to survive that, you can still benefit from Kitsune Rush by going into them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this is what I'm talking about, where, like, decision-making wise, you've become very tunnel vision, worrying about doing damage, and you're not thinking about peeling for your teammates. Now, you also said that, you know, this lobby is a lot of, like, plat and diamond players, and you're currently in silver. So, even more so, this is the opportunity to start to adjust that playstyle, like you said. And you did say that you noticed that the players, you know, you were not in, like, the lobby-wise, you feel like you're in a lobby that you're much higher than where you're normally at. So, I can also understand that there has to be a playstyle adjustment, because when you go from, like, silver lobby games, you're getting to, you know, this is close to a gold plat lobby. The way that, what in the DM was that? You just, what are you DMing? Oh, listen, no. DM-wise, you just use your DM randomly out of spawn, and then it hasn't... Good job letting your DM go up here. Nice. Now, I always talk about defense matrix. The best way to use it is to prevent burst damage, not random 2 damage. Okay? Burst damage. D.Va Rockets is burst damage. A Sojourn right click, if you can time it correctly, is burst damage. Right? That is burst damage. Also, next time, play that health pack. Deny the health pack from them, even if you take, like, if you're going up against a baby D.Va as D.Va, like, take the health pack, even if it's only, like, heals you for 10, it denies the health pack from D.Va, and you win the fight no matter what. Just deny the health pack. Your tunnel vision in here, but it's working because your team has numbers. Here we go. What's the play here? Violet, thanks for 7 months of Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. The Reinhardt. All right, worked. Retire. Okay, what's next? Are you going into their back line and feed it? Are you going to play further back? What are you doing here? So far, your team is just popping off, so you're able to do whatever you want. But you're still tunnel visioning. Get off the cart now so the cart doesn't move. All right. Standing in the Hanzo ult. Okay, what's the play here? You have your ult. I like what you're doing now. This is good. You're keeping that ultimate away. I'm watching. Okay, I see something you're doing, by the way. And I'll explain it in a minute. You're doing this a lot, too. Nice eat. That was a good play. Nice job. Do you see what I mean about the tunnel vision? Like, do you see what I mean about the tunnel vision? At a certain point, you can just, if a Mercy's gonna pocket a Yari all the way on the far left, the best thing you can do is go back to the point and get a free pick on the DPS, which you're about to do, but it happened way later. Like, you're just tunnel visioning. All right, anyway. Well, the Mercy, I will normally go for the Mercy there, but like, it depends too. Are they Valked? Like, that's the number one thing. If the Mercy's Valked, I'm probably not going to go for the Mercy unless they're low HP and it's called out. If they're not Valked, then I'll probably go for the Mercy. Now, D.Va's going to struggle on third point here. I will say this. This is a suggestion of if for some reason on third you don't get as much value for a bit here, you can switch. I would use your ultimate. I think you can snowball the other team pretty well. But I would recommend... this is a silver in a gold/plat log. That got someone. There's no way. How? Sorry. Like, I just see that. I'm just like, what? But then you go back in. Stop. Okay. We're gonna talk about this. This is okay. I gotta tell you what's happening. And this is where, like, I'm telling you right now, if you can adjust this play style a little bit on D.Va, you'll see improvement. When you play D.Va, you have to worry about everything that's happening as D.Va. Right now, it feels like you are literally just going in there to deathmatch somebody and 1v1 somebody in front of you. You're not caring about peeling for your teammates. You're DMing when, like, you just DM someone that's in front of you. You're not worried about what's happening to your team. You're just going in, you're tunnel visioning, you're playing somewhat aggressive, you're throwing random ults. Like, right now on D.Va, you have to, like, try to focus on a lot of things. Now, it's all about how your team's playing. Is your team a team comp that needs spam damage in the pick? Then you play an off angle a little bit, right? You're not going to play in front of the Rhine. Is your team dominating the Rhine shield in front of you? You can just sit there and kill the Rhine. Does your teammate need help in the back line because there's a Genji that keeps dashing into the back line? Then you help your back line. You have to start to take focus of what's going on in the game, otherwise this is going to keep happening. You're going to, like, I don't know if you're going to switch here. You're so focused on the tunnel vision here. And you mentioned this is kind of like a gold, plat, even diamond lobby. So you're seeing the difference in the play styles now where this could work in certain ranks, but like when you start to make these adjustments, like these are adjustments if you start making now, you'll definitely start to be able to improve because you can still go and tunnel vision on people if for some reason like you get back into your silver games and you're playing really well, right? But like these are the adjustments you need to make. Like there's just okay, so you got nanoed, you saw the Hanzo, you went for the Hanzo. There's an Ana to your right. You need to recognize there's an Ana to your right. You need to be ready to DM the Ana, and you probably want to go for their supports anyway rather than the Hanzo, unless, of course, you see them use a bunch of cooldowns, and it's different. If you see the Ana use their sleep, then you switch over to the Hanzo. That's why I talk a lot of time. People are like, you know, what are some things on D.Va? A lot of it is a lot. There's just a lot of stuff that you want to try to focus on and make adjustments to, and that is what I'm seeing. You're just tunnel vision. Straight up. Up. Yep. There's a Sojourn. There's a Sojourn and a Hanzo there. The Hanzo, you only go on because the Hanzo ends up in your line of sight. You worry about everything else. Now you're finally on the Ana, who is running around the cart, but what now has happened? Your team is dead. That is why the kill feed is like that a lot of the time. I also would suggest, I know you're going to keep your ultimate. I do think D.Va struggles on third point here. This is the same thing on, like, third point Nambani, outside of when you have your ultimate on, like, the first part of it. You're going to struggle because this is just not the best design for you when it comes to, like, this, like, straight third point, like, you know what I mean? Like, where it's just, like, a straight line down the middle. And Jack thanks for the 100 bits. Thank you, appreciate it.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, tunnel vision. There we go. Oh, there's the Hanzo. Gotta get on the Hanzo. That's it, right? Oh, wait. Someone walked in front of your screen. There we go. I like that. See? Okay. That is an example of a good play on that. Do you see the adjustment you made? Okay. I can't keep diving their backline. The Reinhardt's holding shield in front of my team. I'm in a spot to do a bunch of burst damage to the Rein. DM the heals because you can just DM the Reinhardt. Break the shield. That is what I mean right there. That right there is a good play. I like that. That was what I'm talking about. Okay, now what? Ana no sleep. Go to your right. The Ana used their sleep right next to you. I know that your teammate got the Ana, but go for the Ana next time. What here recommendations? I mean, listen, we're not talking like top 500 games right now. Heroes that I can name off, good for third point in a second. Reinhardt, Orisa, Ramatra, Zarya. Maybe you could get away with Sigma based off of the pace of your team. Nice reback. Now, I'm going to tell you what, if I know that my teammates are on point here, by the way, I know the Rein's there, I probably am peeling on that Sojourn up on the high ground because that Sojourn can carry a team fight. That Sojourn needs like 2 picks and they hold that. So, that is what I mean by decision-making later on. You got the Rein, which is fine. And, like, I think you're going to win this team fight. But overall, like, when that Sojourn was on high ground and you heard that Sojourn and your team was, like, you had numbers, that's when you go and, like, go, okay, no tunnel vision on cart. Let's get the Ana. Let's get the Sojourn. We'll be fine. Now, granted, I will say that you might see me make that same choice in overtime situations where that's more of like, I don't think my teammates will stay on the point if I leave this point. I'm staying on this point. You know what I mean? So I also understand that, especially when you're in overtime, that's the play that's happening. So anyway. All right, the Rein's dead. I'm watching to see what you're doing. I do want to, like, remind you that anytime that you fly into their team and they see you flying into their team, you're now out of position. Okay? So, just remember to position yourself in a decent spot during that, all right? That is so unlucky, but also, what the heck? Nice remake. Hey, look at that! Nice play! Good job! Clutch overtime gameplay. We like to see. I will say, I will say, though, that is one of those situations where that play will sometimes work and sometimes won't. But it worked, and that's what matters. Nice job. Stop overusing your DM, please. Yeah, that was just, you just use your DM to use your DM. They're not gonna get on the card, are they? Oh, they did, okay. Tunnel vision in. Yeah, I can see that right away. They weren't gonna get on the card. Alright, whoops. Alright, let's just talk about this very quickly. You need to stop tunnel vision so much. I think that if you, as you start to climb back up, and you said you were in gold and you went back into silver, etc., you need to stop tunnel vision, and you need to start worrying more about what's happening to your team when you play Diva. As you do that, you'll start to understand like those decisions you have to make back and forth rather than just tunnel vision. Your tunnel vision was you see a target, you get on them the whole time, you chase that target around. If somebody randomly ends up on your screen, you switch to that target if you feel like they're low enough. That was that. That was what was happening every single time you played D.Va. So I really think if you improve on that, you'll definitely see yourself improve as D.Va. Like, straight up. Like, you have a general understanding of what you want to do, but when you tunnel vision so hard, you're not able to play D.Va to the fullest, and I think when you do that, you'll play a lot better. But yeah, good job. I mean, obviously, this was going to be a difficult lobby. You were Silver 1 at the time. It was a Gold 1 lobby, and when you looked at everybody's profiles, outside of you and the tank, it sounded like everybody was either, like, high plat or low diamond, which, I mean, that's a pretty big difference of a lobby, so good job. Obviously, there's adjustments need to be made and all that, but good job. Chat, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Sub to the YouTubes, all of them if you haven't. I have some awesome videos on there. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. My Discord's right there. We have a spectating channel in there. Also, we record all these live on stream, so make sure to stop by the stream, follow the stream. We have a ton of fun here. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night.